population. This full house obviously speaks to that. At this moment, there are projects and plans for urban trails and walkability projects going on in the city to make us a destination for transportation, shopping, and businesses. Today in front of you, you'll see a number of candidates that are vying for the position to lead the city, and we're going to learn more about them. First, the rules. Each candidate, and there's a number of them there, each candidate will have 2 minutes for an opening statement, 2 minutes for a closing statement, and 2 minutes for each answer. Sitting in front are beautiful ladies who will let you guys know when you are running late. There's a 1 minute mark, a 30-second mark, and then in case you miss both of those, there's a big red stop. Okay. So we're gonna get going pretty quick. Two rules. Number one, don't shut off those mics. It's gonna shut the whole thing down. I think Mary already let you know that. And then we have taken, you guys had so many great questions, we've kind of taken them and put them together so that we could cover as many things as possible. So you will probably hear bits and pieces of your question because we put a lot of them together. Thank you very much. So let's get started with opening statements. We're gonna start alphabetically with Dr. A here. I decided to go with Dr. A there. I was practicing. I've got it written down phonetically, but we'll start with you, Dr. A. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Mark Arapistathis, and I'm a lifelong... I honest to goodness did turn it off. My name is Mark Arapistathis. I'm a lifelong resident here in the city of La Mesa. I've been serving on the city council for the past 8 years, and in those 8 years, together collectively, thank you, we have been able to accomplish a great many things. A new fire station, Fire Station 11, we renovated Fire Station 13, a new police station, a new library. We renovated all of Allison Avenue. If you've seen the street, it's wonderful. It has mid-street crosswalks. We've been able to rely on our volunteers and have been able to capture monies in the excess of tens of millions of dollars. Those are things that we've done and we've accomplished together as a council, and with the help of the public. I'm part of the public too. I always want people to remember that the council is part of the public. We're your neighbors. We live next to you, sometimes behind you, on the side of you. And so we are traversing the streets of La Mesa as well, so the things that you see, we see as well. La Mesa just had its centennial 2 years ago, and now we're looking forward to the next 100 years. And that's why I'd like to continue to serve and give my time to the city of La Mesa, because there's a great many things that still need to get accomplished. If you've been downtown La Mesa, you may have noticed there's just a slight bit of construction going on. That's what's going on right now is the downtown streetscape. The council collectively together has been pushing this through, and we've been able to accomplish a great many things. I want you to know that your needs are my needs. And so when people ask me, they say, what's most important to the voters and the citizens of La Mesa? I say, themselves and their families. And that's what should be important to us as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd like to thank the Chamber for sponsoring this event. This is an opportunity for those in the audience, and hopefully we have the media here who can go out there and communicate these messages to the press. This is the opportunity for you to really see the differences between the candidates, see what their qualifications are, and why it is that they want to run for office, or what do they bring to the office. First of all, let me tell you, elections are by choices. You can choose anybody you want when you run for office. One of the things that we have today for the office of mayor are two candidates who couldn't be any more different than the desire for the elected to come up with a good candidate. I offer my qualifications, my experience, my credibility, my integrity, and my courage to go ahead and demonstrate that those are the things that we have to offer. You know, there's another aspect that we have to bring, and those are tangible and intangible assets that we bring to the community, and that's based on the experiences that we had. I went to a parochial school, and I went ahead and was in the Marine Corps, and the values that I've learned to bring to the city are the ones that I learned from those individuals, my parents, the Marine Corps, and my nuns. So those are the things that I have to offer. One of the things that we have to keep in mind is that even though we have a collective group of individuals who work on behalf of the residents, the things that we have to do is make sure that we have the interests of the individuals more so than our own individual priorities. Those are the kind of things that I want to go ahead and stress, and we will. It is difficult to go out there and communicate with the individuals for 2 minutes as to what your qualifications are. And for that reason, what I intend to do tonight, and I'm saying it right now, I am challenging my opponent to 2 individual 2-hour debates so you can have specific issues that are important to each one of us. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bill Baber. I've lived in La Mesa for 16 years, and for the last 11 years I've been working for you on the La Mesa Spring Valley School Board. Myself and my other board members, I see in the audience, have been making sure that your schools are well run. Lemon, La Mesa Dale, Rolando, Murray Manor, Northmont, Maryland Avenue, Parkway Middle, and La Mesa Middle are the schools we watch over. We watch over all fields, and we make sure, working with the city, that everything goes well. And we've been successful. We have award-winning schools, we have high test scores, because we work together as an efficient government entity that cares about people. And I'd like to bring that type of efficiency and caring to the city council. If I'm elected, I'd like to focus on public safety, improving our parks, and working on improving our traffic patterns. Why? Because those are the essential things that a city does. Everything else is might be important to some, but those aren't essential. I think if we focus on the essential things and we do them with care and we do them with commitment, we're going to do well. I'd be honored to have your vote.
Good evening. How many of you today are here for your first local candidate forum, something like this? That's exciting. I want to thank you for coming out and supporting something that I see as really dear to my heart, and that's local government. Right? My name is Patrick Dean, and I am a father in La Mesa. I'm a commissioner on the Community Services Commission, and I'm an avid and active participant at the council. In the 6 years that I've been going to nearly every council meeting, I've learned that the ins and outs of city government. But I've noticed that if you're not a business owner, you don't have a big voice down at City Hall, right? I got nothing against the business owners. I had a catering business for many years, and it's hard, and I appreciate that. I want to be the representative for the other 57,000 La Mesans that don't have a business down on the boulevard.
I can tell you what to say.
Okay, so if you will elect me, then I'm going to make sure we have safe streets, we have green spaces, and we have smart development. If you want to vote green, I think you need to vote green, and I would be honored to have your vote. So thank you very much. I'm going to be there looking out for the little guy.
Hello, my name is Mary England, and I'm fortunate to be the only woman up here, although I was hoping more would show up and possibly put their hat in the ring, but I'm thrilled to be here. I have worked passionately for the last 6 years, starting your new Chamber of Commerce and supporting your business community. And I know that we have small and big businesses that we take care of. I'm dedicated to this community. I love what I do. Every day I go to work, it's not really a job. It's fun, passionate, and exciting. We spotlight, how many of you been to the Taste of Mesa? That's my baby. Oh, I've got to get more of you there next year. We created some projects that we believe not only spotlight the business community, but also help and spotlight our community. So when myself as the CEO of the Chamber go out and promote, I'm not just promoting the business community, I'm promoting La Mesa because it is the most beautiful place to be, work, live, and play. So I'm hopeful that I would get one of your votes because there are 2 open seats on this year's election. And I'm thrilled to be here tonight, and I thank you all for coming.
Well, good evening. My name is Pete Grigorovic. Many of you know me, some of you don't. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been living in La Mesa for 33 years. I met my wife. I've got 4 children. I've got 4 grandchildren. When I came to La Mesa, I came here to go to law school from New York City. I fell in love with this town, and I've never left, and I never will. I became very passionate about this city, mostly from raising my children here and being involved in youth sports where I met an awful lot of people. And as those of you who know me, when I get involved and I roll up my sleeves and I go to work. That's what I intend to do as a council member for this city. Why am I running? Well, a few years back, maybe 7 or 8, I was on the athletic council, and the city council came to us and said, we need a capital improvement plan where all of the youth organizations and field users pay their fair share for capital improvements. The numbers that were thrown out were significant and were going to impact our children's ability to play on our fields. I brokered a deal that worked, and the numbers I put together worked, and now we have that plan in place. And it's been in place for many years, and we have the funds to make capital improvements when they're needed. So I got that taste. My son, my youngest, is off at college, and last year I sat around going, what am I going to do with myself now? Well, with 2 open seats, I know what I want to do with myself now, and that's represent La Mesans on the city council. Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to reiterate what Patrick said. Thank you for being here. In an age when all we hear about is uninformed voters, to have you take the time to come here and listen to us talk without caffeine or anything else, I really appreciate and grateful. I don't know how with the last name of McWhirter I ended up last on the alphabet, because M is kind of in the middle, but I'll take what I get. In case you can't read that, which I hope you can, my name is Guy McWhirter. I have lived in La Mesa for over 50 years. I went to Northline Elementary, Parkway Junior High, and I know I'm in Helix territory, but I went to Grossmont High School. So I hope rivalries are still not that severe. I've been involved in 30 years in charities in La Mesa, from Boy Scouts to Catholic Charities to the San Diego Food Bank, to the San Diego Blood Bank, and currently I'm a den leader for Cub Scouts. I enjoy working with the youth in La Mesa. We have activities, we've taken some of them kayaking and climbing. I want them to be involved. My wife and I have been married for 37 years. We have 2 children and 3 1/4 grandkids. I grew up in La Mesa, and I love La Mesa. My friends and I would ride downtown La Mesa, and we'd go into the shop owners and say, hey, got anything for free? I know we were little losers back then, but the shop owners were always nice. They'd give us a pencil, they'd give us a piece of gum, they'd give us a piece of paper, and we felt that we made out. But La Mesa's been a great city, and when my father died, when I was 6, my mom went back to work full-time and school full-time, so we were left to our own resources, 2 brothers and myself. Up until the time I was 16, I really loved the policemen. It was nice to see them, following them around, but once I got my license, I prefer not to have them behind me. One of my priorities that I want is, well, there's a couple of them actually. We have a wonderful police department and fire department. I want to make sure that they have the funds and the resources to continue to serve us the way they do. They have a very quick response time when the time comes for emergencies or something like that. I want to make sure that continues. I commend Pete for being involved with the baseball. We need to see more activities so our youth are involved. Thank you very much. I hope I can earn your vote.